What's up guys, welcome back after another day of practicing and intense coding. It's pretty cool. I must say that I like the progress that has been made today. I have almost a full strategy that I still have to kind of optimize a little bit, but it's getting much better right now. Today I wanted to cover one topic that I think is really crucial from the start, from like the day one that you start to trade. You have to treat trading like a business, and we talk often about that. But what we don't talk about most often is how you do it, what things you have to put in place. So I want to share those three things that from day one you should put in place. And those are going to be like 3 steps to start successfully your trading business. Let's get started with the first one. Back when I was in college studying business and commerce, one of my teachers said one thing. He said something along the lines of, the goal of a business is to make investment and to get that money back and more over time. And I think if you apply the same thing to trading, that could be very powerful. Very often, we don't really think about investment or really what we put in. We just think if we can sit there, look at the monitor, trade, and make money. But we do have to make investment. And a trading business without investment is like selling physical product without any inventory. It's not gonna work. And investments in trading can take different forms. One could be a course or a mentor you get. This is an investment, and hopefully you will get your money back and more. Could be also just a series of trades. You take trades according to your plan. All of them are investment, except they're going to be very short-term investment. But you need to understand that whenever you put something there, it's not always going to work. Sometimes it's going to work, and that's where you're going to make most of your money. Other times it's not going to work, and that's where you have to just get back on track and keep going. And unfortunately, I see many people who don't want to invest anything in their education. They feel that they can trade and that they're going to figure it out a way over time. Like you ask people, so you don't know how to trade right now. How are you going to make it happen? They just say, well, I'll make it happen some way. Like, it's going to work. I know it's going to work. And then they keep doing the same thing over and over again without having any result. And that's very dangerous. It's like a driver who's driving without license and who never took any course, never took anything to know how to drive. But he just says, well, I'll figure it out. I'll know how to drive. But that person might be involved in a crash, might kill people. And that's going to be, that's going to be really bad. But the same applies to trading. If you don't invest in your education or just your trades, things are not going to work out. So you really have to understand. Best thing to do here is whenever you invest in something, I'm going to keep track of what's my return on investment. Whenever I buy a course, whenever I buy like a seminar or whatever, a mentor, I'll try to see like, okay, so I paid that much for the mentor, like $1,000 per month, and I got $1,500 out of it from trading profit or from whatever else that I didn't have the money before. And as long as I get the profit, I'm still willing to pay for the mentor. As long as I get more from the mentor than what I paid for, why would I want to keep the mentor, right? Why would I want to not have this investment? And I'll try to do that for everything. And it can be hard like to know exactly how much you earn from what thing, but you can just do an average. So if you spend $2,000 in kind of courses or education every month, can you make more than $2,000? More than the month before? Or more than like the year before, if you look at the yearly basis. And that's all there is to it. So the first step is try to think about investment. The second step is having systems in place. And when we talk about systems, we can mean like habits, review process. It's very broad. You need to figure out like which process are going to be most effective and most helpful to move forward. Some people are going to have different things that they do, but processes like journaling, like reaching out to people, doing some research if you need to, those are all things that have to be done all the time. And you could have a system for each of them where you do every week, like things that repeat over time. And those are like the pillars of the business. If you skip them, or if you start to say, well, I don't need to do any review, I don't need to do any research, I'm fine. I can trade right now, I can make money right now. Why would I want to do research? Well, sooner or later, you're going to find that you need to do those. And that you have a problem because you didn't do these review activities or these systems. So you want to define your systems from the start and then do them on a daily basis and try to rank yourself on whether or not you stick to the system or not. And the third step to really start your trading business is going to be connections. And so many times have I got a piece of advice or an insight from someone else that I met, and that was making a big difference for my trading. So you want to make connections as much as possible. And that could be in trading or in non-trading, like all these different things. But I sometimes learn a lot from people that are not in trading, that do something different. Like I was at the hospital a few days ago, and I saw all these documents at the back of the office. Like everything is remembered and is taken care of because they have all these files for every patient. And think about if you could have the same for your trading. Like you have a jar or a bunch of files with your strategies, your play, and in them it's going to be written like what happens, how you improve them, and all these things that you do on a daily basis. If you can keep that like next to your desk, powerful, you're gonna have a big understanding of how you perform, and you want to like pick those ideas and implement them in your trading every single day. And you connect what you see to trading. Those can be very powerful, and those can distinguish yourself from other traders. The truth is, not everyone thinks about that, to make connections between the outside world and trading. But if you can do it, powerful. You're gonna make a big move forward. But to recap, think about investments, create powerful systems in place, and make connections with everything around trading to trading. So I hope this makes sense. I hope you guys got some value. Please like the video if you liked it today. That would mean a lot to me. Subscribe if it's not done yet. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.